What started as a quiet rollout for JID's long-anticipated new album just exploded into one of the most unexpected lyrical wars hip-hop has seen in years. And nobody saw it coming. In a twist that has both fans and the industry shaken, JID has allegedly thrown lyrical shots not only at Kendrick Lamar. Yes, it's the same Kendrick who's been battling Drake all year, but also at Clipse, the legendary duo known for their cold-blooded bars and co-crap legacy. And the craziest part? This may not even be accidental. Sources close to the situation say there's been brewing tension behind the scenes. And now the gloves are off. Was JID's new album actually a veiled diss project aimed at carving his name into the GOAT conversation? Why did Pusha T unfollow him within hours of the album dropping? And what role is Kendrick playing in all this? Mentor, rival, or mastermind? Emotions ran high during a heated phone call that leaked online, and fans are dissecting every lyric like it's a crime scene. Trust us, this goes deeper than just rap. Careers, friendships, and reputations are on the line. Buckle up, because what you're about to hear will change how you see this lyrical war forever. It all started quietly. JID's new album, teased for months with cryptic tweets and midnight studio shots, finally dropped at 12:01 a.m. on a Friday, but nobody was prepared for the lyrical firestorm buried inside. At first, fans were celebrating the project as a triumph. The beats were next level, the flows sharper than ever, and JID sounded like a man with something to prove. But then, track 4 hit, and everything changed. The song, casually titled "Off the Leash," immediately sent shockwaves across social media. The bars were heavy, the tone dark, and JID wasn't pulling punches. One line in particular stood out. "I don't wear crowns. I decapitate kings. No legends safe. Not the K, not the twin rings." Fans instantly began decoding it. K Kendrick. Were twin rings a reference to Pusha T and Malice, better known as Clipse? Was JID really coming for both the modern messiah of lyricism and one of the most revered duos in rap history? At first, it seemed like a stretch. But then another track, Grave Measures, dropped the subtlety completely. "You had your reign. You told your tales. Now it's young blood in the Holy Grail. Your metaphor is dusty. I spit betrayal, no Neptune saving you if the wave gets pale." This was no longer speculation. This was war. Within hours, Pusha T unfollowed JID on Instagram. Malice posted a Bible verse about wolves in sheep's clothing. And Kendrick, he stayed silent, but word in the streets was that he wasn't amused. Behind the scenes, Dreamville insiders began whispering. JID had reportedly become increasingly distant from J. Cole in recent months. Multiple sources claimed that while Cole wanted him to steer clear of the current rap beefs, JID was determined to stake his claim in the lyrical throne games that Kendrick and Drake reignited. There were even rumors that JID and Kendrick had a private disagreement months earlier after a collab session in Los Angeles went sideways. A studio engineer who asked to remain anonymous spilled details about that session. According to him, JID laid down a verse that was too aggressive, too competitive, something Kendrick allegedly didn't appreciate. The energy shifted and the session ended early. No tracks were released from it. Just tension. Then came the interview leak. In a recently surfaced unreleased podcast segment, JID is heard talking to an unnamed host. Though the audio is grainy, you can clearly hear him say, "Everybody want to call themselves the voice, the GOAT, the savior." Cool, but who really pushing the pen? Who really bleeding into the mic? "I ain't here to worship nobody. I'm here to end bloodlines." Fans were shocked. Within minutes, the internet was on fire. Reddit threads exploded with theories. Some claimed JID was fed up with being overshadowed. Others believed it was all strategic, a calculated move to force his name into the legendary tier. But not everyone was applauding in Atlanta, where JID is considered a hometown hero. Reactions were mixed. A longtime mentor from East Atlanta said in a radio interview, "JID's gifted, no doubt. But when you poke giants, you better be ready for the avalanche." Family members reportedly tried to reach him, worried he was isolating himself. One cousin in a now-deleted tweet posted, "Somebody get bro to chill. This industry ain't built on raw skill alone." Then came the response from Clipse, or rather, the threat of one, though neither Malice nor Pusha directly addressed JID by name. A cryptic snippet dropped on Pusha's story sent fans into frenzy. The video showed him in a dark room, head nodding, with a beat playing underneath and one line audible, "Young wolves think they feast in, till the old pack returns." It was chilling. And it was clearly aimed at JID. What no one expected, however, was the secret meeting that would take place just 48 hours later in New York City. Sources close to the situation say J. Cole, Kendrick, and JID were all in the same building, allegedly for a private summit meant to ease the rising tension. And while the goal was peace, what unfolded was anything but. Inside a high-rise studio in Soho, emotions ran high. JID reportedly showed up defiant, refusing to apologize for his lyrics. Kendrick, normally calm and poetic, was said to be visibly irritated. A source with knowledge of the meeting claims Kendrick looked JID in the eye and said, "You playing with ghosts you don't understand yet? I've seen this game bury people." JID allegedly fired back, "I ain't scared of legends if they can't step off the throne." The meeting ended abruptly. Since that night, Kendrick hasn't made any public appearances. Dreamville camp has gone radio silent. But JID, he's been on a press run, unapologetic, fiery, and more determined than ever. In a recent sit-down with a popular hip-hop blogger, JID doubled down. "I ain't starting beef. I'm planting flags. If they feel away, that's on them. We ain't in church. This is rap." The comment was clipped and shared across social media platforms, sparking even more backlash. Meanwhile, Push T's camp reportedly flew out to Los Angeles for a hush-hush recording session. The rumor: a diss track already recorded, set to be released without warning. And if sources are right, it features a very unexpected guest. By now, fans are choosing sides. Twitter is divided. Hashtags like hashtag Team JID and hashtag CLIPSE comeback are trending. Even older heads in the industry are chiming in. Nas posted a cryptic tweet saying, "Iron sharpens iron, but sometimes iron cuts deep." As the pressure builds, JID's new album continues to climb charts. But beneath the success, a storm is clearly brewing. And things are about to get a lot messier because just hours before this script was written, a new leak surfaced, one that changes everything. Not only does it suggest the beef goes back farther than anyone thought, but it hints that someone inside Dreamville may have been feeding Clipse information about JID's moves. Betrayal, strategy, lyrical warfare, and a career on the edge. The idea that Kendrick may have lit the match before JID even dropped a single sent fans into investigative overdrive. One Reddit user unearthed an obscure clip from over a year ago, a private Kendrick performance in Paris, where he freestyled a few lines that, in hindsight, felt eerily pointed. "Young flame, trying to burn down temples to green to know these walls, remember? No names, no confirmation." But suddenly, the timeline started shifting. What if JID wasn't the aggressor? What if he was retaliating? An anonymous source close to Dreamville revealed something even more jaw-dropping, apparently. Kendrick had initially wanted to sign JID to PG long before Dreamville ever stepped in. The story goes that a quiet bidding war happened behind closed doors, and when Cole swooped in and locked the deal, Kendrick didn't take it personally. At least, not on the surface, but beneath that calm demeanor, resentment may have been brewing. Kendrick saw the potential, the insider claimed. He saw JID as an heir, not a threat. But when JID started carving his own path, not needing validation from anyone, that's when things shifted. The twist? Some of JID's earliest bars on this album weren't written in response to Kendrick's current beef with Drake. They were allegedly penned months before any of that drama unfolded, which means this lyrical war was already simmering in the background. waiting for the right spark. And then there's Clipse. Pusha T, known for his surgical precision in diss tracks, has remained mostly quiet until now. Earlier this week, a photo leaked showing Pusha and Malice walking into a studio in Virginia Beach. The file name of the leaked track: Divine Order. The producer, allegedly PHARRELL, fans lost their minds. If this was true, if Clipse was cooking something with Pharrell aimed at JID, it would mark the first true reactivation of the legendary duo since their brief reunion in 2022, and the stakes would be higher than ever. After all, this isn't just about lyrics anymore. It's about legacy, about pride, about an entire generation defending its place. The leaked snippet begins with Malice's voice. "We birthed the cadence. Now the child got questions, but questions lead to silence when the answer is presence. It's ice cold." And fans couldn't help but note the flow sounds eerily like JID's. But why are Clipse getting involved in a battle that started between JID and Kendrick? Here's where things get even crazier. Back in 2020, JID gave an interview where he named Clipse as one of his biggest influences. He spoke with reverence, calling Malice's verses scriptures. Yet in a resurfaced tweet from earlier this year, just 2 months before the album drop, JID replied to a fan who ranked Clipse above him with a now-deleted quote, "Ain't nobody trying to sound like 2005 Ghosts?" It was seen as a throwaway at the time, but now it reads like a declaration of war. And according to sources close to Clipse, he didn't take it lightly. "They feel disrespected," one insider said. Clipse didn't ask to be dragged into this, but once their name got mentioned, even subliminally, it became personal. Now tensions are spilling into real life. During a recent private event in Atlanta, JID performed an unreleased verse with these lines: "You needed Pharrell. I built this from dirt, they paved your way. I bled in the earth. Again, no names." But the implications were clear. Even worse, rumors began swirling that one of JID's longtime producers had been in contact with a member of Clipse's team, leaking snippets of upcoming tracks before the album release. Betrayal from within. While there's no concrete evidence yet, JID has unfollowed several close collaborators in the past week. Insiders say he's cleaning house. Fans are now speculating that Kendrick and Clipse may have formed a quiet alliance, not out of friendship but out of mutual interest in shutting down a rising star who's threatening the order of things. The idea of a Kendrick-Clipse-Pharrell triangle working behind the scenes has sent conspiracy threads into overdrive. And when you factor in J. Cole's silence, things start to feel even more unsettling. Cole, who's usually quick to defend his artists, hasn't said a single word since the storm began. Some fans believe he's trying to stay neutral. Others think he warned JID and is now watching the fallout with disappointment. In a rare interview snippet from earlier this year, Cole said something now chillingly relevant. "Sometimes, you've got to let your people take the punches if they insist on walking into the ring." Meanwhile, JID is doubling down. He recently posted a cryptic photo, just a shot of his writing desk, covered in notepads, with a caption that read, "This pen don't retire." It was reposted thousands of times, with fans begging for a diss response. But others, particularly Oz in the Game, are warning him to tread carefully. A source within Top Dog Entertainment hinted that Kendrick may already have recorded something explosive, and he's just waiting for the right moment to unleash it. He's holding his peace, but when he lets it go, it won't be subtle, it'll be surgical. As if that weren't enough, JID's family is now reportedly urging him to back down. His older brother, who rarely speaks publicly, posted an emotional message on his Instagram story: "This rap stuff cool, but don't let the noise drown the soul. We still love you back here. It's a war in public, but behind the scenes, starting to look like a personal unraveling." And yet JID refuses to blink. He recently teased a potential deluxe version of the album, saying during a live Q&A, "I got more in the vault. I was nice on the first round. Next one, no gloves." The crowd went wild. But in the corner of the live stream, fans noticed something else. JID's eyes were tired. Smile didn't quite reach. One fan commented, "He looks like he's carrying the weight of the whole culture right now." Hey, maybe he is. The industry is watching. Fans are dividing. And behind the smoke, alliances are forming and daggers are being sharpened. Because now it's not just about who said what, it's about who fires next. And in part 3, we're going to reveal a leaked conversation between two major producers that might expose the truth about Kendrick and push his secret pact. And whether Dreamville has already started plotting their counterattack. Because while everyone's watching JID, someone else may be moving in the shadows. The leak came from an unexpected place, a late-night Twitch stream by a relatively unknown producer named LBZ, who claimed he accidentally left his mic hot while playing a voice memo from his phone. Within seconds, audio was recorded and ripped by viewers. And now it's circulating like wildfire on Discord servers and rap forums. In the clip, you hear two voices unmistakably, those of legendary producer JID and Feral talking. Strategy. Kendrick's ready, one voice says, but he won't move until push drops first. The other responds, we line it up right. It ain't a diss, it's a funeral. The internet exploded. Fans started dissecting every second of the audio. Was this the confirmation everyone had been waiting for? A coordinated strike, premeditated and planned between Kendrick and Clipse, with Pharrell and possibly other elite producers forming what fans are now calling the rap Illuminati. True, this isn't just a beef. This is a lyrical assassination. Attempt. The deeper question began to surface. Why JID? Why now? That's when old clips from Kendrick's Damn Tour resurfaced. In one moment, Kendrick pauses during a freestyle and says, "Respect the next generation, but don't mistake humility for weakness." No one thought anything of it at the time, but now it reads like a warning, a prelude to something bigger. But JID isn't folding. Fact, he's mobilizing. According to a new report, JID has gone into complete lockdown mode in Atlanta, working day and night in a secret studio owned by Earth Gang. Several high-profile producers have been spotted entering the location, including Metro Boomin and Katrinata. What's being cooked up in there? Nobody knows for sure, but one thing is clear, JID is not backing down. One insider claimed, he's writing like his life depends on it. He's not just responding, he's rewriting the entire narrative. Even more shocking, JID may not be fighting alone anymore. Rumors began swirling that J. Cole has finally broken his silence behind the scenes. A Dreamville affiliate posted a cryptic tweet that read, "The teacher don't speak until the classroom's ready." Within minutes, the tweet was deleted, but not before fans screenshotted it and sent. Speculation spiraling into chaos. Could Cole be preparing to jump? If so, this changes everything. Cole has long stood as a peacekeeper in modern rap, someone who avoids confrontation unless absolutely necessary. But with his protege under attack and his label's integrity on the line, fans are wondering if we might see a Dreamville retaliation, a full-scale, lyrical counterstrike. One thing adding fuel to this theory is the sudden silence from Kendrick's camp. Top Dog Entertainment has made no public statements. G-Long hasn't posted in over 2 weeks. Even Kendrick's most loyal collaborators have gone dark. Fans believe they're waiting, watching, listening, in an industry where silence speaks louder than words. This is the calm before the storm. But while the legends play chess, the streets are getting emotional. JID single quotes S childhood friend, who goes by the name Mark, took to Instagram Live with tears in his eyes. "This not rap to us," he said. "This family, y'all talking like this? A game, but he been through things you don't understand. Let my brother fight, but pray." For him too, it hit fans hard. Behind the bars and beats, there's a real person in the middle of this firestorm. And that humanity, that vulnerability, is what makes this feud so painfully compelling. But just when it seemed like things couldn't get more tangled, another twist hit the headlines. A secret document, allegedly an internal email from JID, allegedly an internal email from a distribution partner was leaked, showing that Push T's label had registered a new single titled Ashes of Eden, featuring a mystery guest listed only as G.K. Fans instantly speculated, could it be Kendrick? Or worse, could it be Cole? People began questioning loyalties. Could Cole be playing both sides? Had P. Geelong brokered something deeper than anyone realized? And then came the biggest curveball yet. An old freestyle video from 2018 resurfaced. JID and Kendrick in a private studio rapping back and forth in what looked like pure chemistry. No beef, no tension, just mutual admiration and bars. So, what happened? A source close to Top Dog finally offered some clarity. Speaking under the condition of anonymity, they said Kendrick always saw something in JID like a younger mirror. But mirrors reflect more than beauty. They reflect fear. And Kendrick feared the world might stop looking at him once they saw the next version. If that's true, this isn't about disrespect. It's about legacy. Kendrick, once the undisputed king of lyricism, now finds himself in an era where younger MCs are coming hungrier, faster, and bolder. And JID, he might just be the first to challenge the throne without asking for permission. The whole game is watching. One Spotify executive even tweeted, JID streams are up 230% in a week. Controversy sells, but skill sustains. Whether this war helps or hurts his long-term career is yet to be seen, but in the moment, JID has everyone's attention, including those who once overlooked him. And now, the rumored release of Ashes of Eden looming, the pressure is unbearable. If the track drops and confirms the Clipse-Kendrick alliance, then JID has no choice but to fire back. And if J. Cole steps in, we might be on the verge of the biggest lyrical civil war hip-hop has seen in a decade. The industry's split. Fans are in chaos. And emotions from betrayal to pride are boiling over. Next, in part 4, we dive into the emotional turning point. A secret phone call between JID and his mother that has left fans crying, as well as a final twist that nobody, not even the insiders, saw coming. Because just when everyone thought it was rapper versus rapper, someone from outside the game is about to enter the battlefield, and they might have the power to end this war before it reaches its deadliest chapter. While the world waited for Ashes of Eden to drop, something unexpected leaked instead. A private, deeply emotional phone call between JID and his mother. It wasn't supposed to go public, was recorded by someone close to his team, allegedly out of concern, and then leaked anonymously. The audio is shaky, distorted in parts, but one thing is unmistakable. JID's voice. It's quieter than usual, cracking. I didn't think it'd get like this, he says. I was just trying to speak truth. Now everybody wanna bury me. His mother.com but firm replies, baby, you always been sharp with your words. But words cut, even when you don't mean M2. The world don't always love what it don't understand. The clip is only 2 minutes long, but it's already gone viral. Fans posted thousands of comments under the video. He sounds broken, protect JID at all costs. This ain't a diss war no more. This is a spiritual battle. Even rivals in the game couldn't ignore it. Lupe Fiasco reposted the clip with the caption, truth comes with a toll. Salute to the ones still paying. And just like that, the public tone began to shift. JID wasn't just seen as an instigator. Anymore, he was seen as a martyr. A young artist crushed under the weight of the giants he challenged. But if his enemies thought the emotional fallout would make him fold, they were wrong. Because the very next day, JID posted a clip from the studio, no captions, no explanation. Just a snippet of him rapping over a beat that sampled a gospel choir, his voice punching through the mix. Tears don't drown lions, crowns get found in silence. You want the throne? Then bleed for it. Fans went feral. The energy was different, darker, more focused. This wasn't about proving he could stand with the greats. This was about showing he was one of them. And then silence again. No tweets, no interviews, no lives. Just a growing storm behind closed doors until it finally broke. Ashes of Eden dropped at midnight. Hey, and it was everything fans feared. Over a minimal, haunting beat, Pusha T eviscerated a nameless rapper who talks fast but don't walk. Legacy. Malice followed with a verse that questioned whether children of the pen know the pain of parchment. But it was the final voice that confirmed every theory. Kendrick Lamar, I left the door open for you. And you kicked it off the hinges. Now I'm forced to architect your ending with precision. It was surgical. No name was said. But everyone knew the war had officially gone nuclear. Within an hour, JID went live on Instagram. He didn't rap. He didn't scream. He didn't cry. He sat in silence for nearly 5 minutes. Then he said, "It's funny how they all talk about legacy like they invented it. Maybe they did. But I came to break inheritance, not follow it." The comments were flooded with flames, crown emojis, and messages of support. And then, just before ending the stream, JID smiled a rare, real one and said, "It ain't over." And it wasn't, because now we have to talk about the final twist, the wild card that nobody expected, while all eyes were on rappers and producers. A figure from outside the industry suddenly stepped in, Denzel Washington. Yes, that Denzel. During a press tour for his latest film, a reporter casually asked him what he thought of the current rap battles, specifically mentioning JID's name. What happened next broke the internet. Denzel paused, leaned forward, and said, "I've been watching." The young man got fire, but more importantly, he got conviction. And conviction, that's what wins wars, not just bars. Fans lost their minds. Within hours, Denzel posted a clip from his official account, him reading one of JID's verses, Shakespeare style, over a dark, classical instrumental. The caption, "Young blood, old fire." The cultural shift was immediate. Celebrities began weighing in. Solange posted a photo of JID with the caption, "Every revolution starts with a line." Solange doesn't post often. When she does, people pay attention. Now rumors are swirling that JID is in talks for something bigger. Not just a deluxe album, not just a diss track, but a visual experience, part short film, part concept album, executive produced by A-list names who suddenly want in on the revolution. Kendrick and Clipse may have fired heavy shots, but what they triggered was something even bigger, the full awakening of an artist who no longer wants a seat at the table. He wants to flip it over. And as we close this chapter of the story, one thing remains painfully clear. There are no winners yet, just warriors. J. Cole still hasn't spoken. Dreamville's next move is unknown. PG Lang has gone eerily silent again. And JID? He's disappeared from social media entirely, reportedly finishing his next move in the middle of nowhere, with no distractions, no press, and no fear. So where do things go from here? If Kendrick responds again, will Cole finally step in? Is Clipse gearing up for a full comeback? Will JID unleash a final career-defining track that ends the war or escalates it beyond repair? The industry waits with bated breath. But one thing's for sure, nothing will ever be the same again. So here we are in the aftermath of one of the most explosive lyrical feuds the hip-hop world never saw coming. JID didn't just drop an album. He detonated a movement. From cryptic verses to open war with Kendrick and Clipse. From secret studio meetings to emotional breakdowns and a surprise endorsement from none other than Denzel Washington. This story has become bigger than music. It's become a battle for respect, for space, for survival in an industry that doesn't always make room for the next wave. And what started as subtle shots in track 4 has turned into a cultural earthquake. Dreamville is quiet, PG Lang is watching. And JID, he's somewhere, in the shadows, pen in hand, preparing his next move. But the story's not over. Not by a long shot. Will J. Cole break his silence and step into the war? Is Kendrick planning a second round of fire? And could Clipse be staging the most powerful comeback hip-hop has seen in a decade? Fueled by revenge and precision. Or is JID about to flip the game once and for all with his rumored visual album? One thing's for sure, fans are no longer just spectators. They're soldiers in this war. And now, it's your turn. What do you think JID's next move should be? Should he respond? Should Cole step in? Was Kendrick right to fire back? And are Clipse defending legacy or protecting ego? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. We're reading every single one. Like the video if you're riding with JID, and hit that subscribe button because this story is far from finished. Turn on notifications because when the next shot gets fired, you'll want to be here first. This isn't just hip-hop history. This is revolution. Revolution.